My name is Elias Zarate, Jr. I was raised in Houston, Texas, and I've been here in Memphis for about 12 years. It's very difficult growing up in a big city, high crime, and especially in low-income neighborhood where I was at. It was very hard. I was pretty much left orphan at the age of 10. My mother was killed by a drunk driver, so I was left in really bad shape after that. And I pretty much had to grow up fast and try to come up with as much income as I could. And so after she passed away, I moved out, got my own place. A few years later, I came back from my brother and sister and pretty much finished raising them.
My name is Jennifer Zarate, and I am his little sister. I was 14 years old. I was still in high school when he took us in. Elias was actually more like a dad growing up, and he gave me the strength I needed because I could have easily fallen into drugs or becoming pregnant at a young age. Due
to the amount of jobs I was working, so I pretty much had to cut my 12th grade year short and just focus on working, to support my siblings. And especially make sure they finished high school, and it was very difficult because at the time I was still a kid.
Elias, from what I can remember, he worked as an insurance agent.
I've worked in a management position. I was managing a construction crew. We were doing ceramic tile. I've been an insurance agent. I met my wife at a restaurant I was working at. We have 2 kids. We have a newborn. She's 3 months. I've done a lot of things, but none of that fulfilled my passion. None of them made me feel like I was complete until I started doing what I really liked, which was cutting hair. So barbering has been in me since I was 9 years old. And before my dad left, he left some clippers behind. So I started practicing on everybody in the neighborhood with them. I was given this chance to work at a luxury shop downtown, and things were going great. It was a dream come true. I was planning for my future, saving up some money for my baby. It was just a very exciting time until it became really difficult when I couldn't work anymore. I started selling my personal belongings, and I had some jewelry that was passed down, by my mom and stuff like that. So I had to do a lot of things I didn't want to do, to support my family. I went to Nashville for a disciplinary hearing to try to explain my side. And I asked, what did I have to do to get to become legitimate? And that's when they told me I had to have a high school diploma, and so that just kind of killed my dream even more.
We met the Zarate family in either June or July, I think it was, because Elias had unwittingly cut hair with what turned out to be a fraudulent license. And so he essentially walked into this full-blown adversarial proceeding without any legal representation. His pleas for mercy were largely ignored. He was fined $1,500 formally, and then assessed the full cost of the adjudicative proceeding that they had initiated against him, which amounted to about $600.
It just feels like I went backwards, It feels like all the struggle that I've been through in my life, always fighting, always trying to survive, and then having to start over. So it's like I'm back to the survival mode.
He was somebody who was trying to do the right thing, and really his main concern was he just wanted to do what it takes to become a licensed barber. You don't need a high school diploma to be an emergency medical first responder. An emergency medical first responder delivers life-saving treatments until paramedics intervene. You can literally restart the heart of a pulseless, non-breathing patient and have had no high school whatsoever. But to cut hair, you have to have a full 4 years of high school education, and that makes no sense.
I'm really grateful. The Beacon Center took interest in my case, and they were there to show support. I thought it was too good to be true. I'm hoping that I can make a change, not only for me, but for other people.
Tennesseans should join together to reform the law mandating that people have a high school degree before becoming eligible to be a barber. Elias should be the last person whose dream of making a better life slips away because of this senseless restriction. Stop hoarding the American dream.